Hello everyone, this is Lori from Grammy's Keepsakes, and today I'm going to do something that's a little bit different, and I don't know where I'm going yet, but I thought I would just turn on the camera and take you along for the ride. I acquired this 1884 book in this condition from Patty Lang. uh, I think it's called Sacred Mementos, and I thought this would be fun to create a cover for and see if we can salvage it and make a journal out of it. I love this back. This says 1870 here. And inside, look at all the advertisements. This one's Chicago, but most of them are Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I just thought this was so much fun. It's just beautiful. And in the beginning of it, well, we have all this handwriting, but better, there's even more filled in. Isn't this wonderful? This is January and February. Look at March, completely filled in. And it even has numbers over here to the side. So it makes me kind of wonder if it was used as a ledger. And here we've got some April. But 1884, that's just amazing. So what I want to do is take it apart and let's see if we can build a cover. So I have a couple of tools along with me, kind of taking a little look. It looks like just this webbing is kind of holding it in. Want to take it easy. We don't want to rip or cut the outside spine any worse than it is already. Just gentle, gentle, gentle. Yeah. Now let's see if we can get the back. Should be able to. Okay, I just love it. It says Germania calendar 1884. And it's been a few decades since I've taken any German in school, but a few of the words I pick up on, but I probably just massacre the rest of them. So I'm going to put the precious book aside. Oh, look at, there's fun things in it. And a letter, the 4th of September, to Josephine. And here we have John Schuster, Trenton, Illinois. Boy, that's an old piece. And I thought I saw a little clipping. You know, I have to find it now. I can't just leave it alone. There it is. Marriage licenses. Wow. Albert and Rosa, 25, and Carl is 40, Mary is 33, and here it tells where they're from. How exciting is that? Oh, that's awesome. And this is all in that old font, and it's all in German. Oh, what was that? Oh my goodness. A cow. We have a cow. Oh, oh, oh. Well, look at that. All right, we'll put the marriage license in with the cow. Page 180, in case I forget. You can remind me where I saw it again. But this is going to be fun. And I do have an idea about what we're going to do with the cover. But first, let's see if I can strengthen it. I want to use some Tyvek, and this is from an old recycled postal envelope. And this stuff is waterproof and you can't rip it, and it's some good stuff. So let me give that a slice on my pencil line. And this is going to be too wide for me right now. Go ahead and slice it there. Yep. And I'm going to apply a little bit of glue underneath this fabric. This is art glitter glue I have in this. But I did just recently purchase this bookbinding glue, but it came with this kind of a cover, so I'm going to need a little bottle or something to put this in, aren't I? So let me grab one quick. I don't know if it'll work. Put the book aside, and I got this off of Amazon. Whoa, this is some thin stuff. Okay. That's probably not a good idea. And on camera at that, you know, it's everything that's going to go wrong will. So never mind about that idea. Let's just put the cover on and call it a day. And let's screw this on. And I suppose I didn't get enough on there to actually work with, but I'm glad I moved the cover. What I wanted to do was glue this thing down. I wonder if the art glitter glue nozzle will fit on that bottle. Oh, look at, I'm getting a little bit out. I figure I could use all the reinforcement I can get on this thing. Next time I'll be a little more prepared. Let's put this on it. And get that sealed up. And this is like mostly white, but where it's red, it's so hard to cover. And here where it's faded red, it's much easier to cover. So that's why I am using the writing on the top. But I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac on this. And it has a pretty small hole, so it comes out sparingly. And I want to spread that a little bit. And do I have it centered at all? While it's still in the wet stage, let's make sure I can get it. We'll let that dry for a while, and then I'll add a little more glue here and there if I need to. And let's see if kind of see what color I have to get rid of that little white on the Tyvek. Easy does it. And then I can use a little bit of ink to try to blend that in. This is a vintage photo on here, but I can play around a little bit with that to darken it up. Yeah, because there's going to be a little bit of red. So I'm going to play with that, but we'll do that a little bit later. I've got to show you what I think I want for the cover. I think it would be really fun to make a cover like this and have this right on top of it, and then can use one of the pages in the book to cover over this, and that'll be our cover. So I need to get this thing cut. Let's measure. And this is about as thick, not quite, but pretty close as to the current cover. So let's see, we have just shy of 7 1/4. And then I'm going to cut it at 5. Just over the 5. And here I said it was 7 1/4, right? Yes. And just shy of it. And I think that will be my cover. And it has a little bit of a rounded edge. Let's double check with this back, because I think I cut it a little big. I did. Yep, I'm going to take a little bit more off. I have this piece of parchment on here to help reduce the glare. I'm going to take it down just a hair more. That should be good. Yes, I like that. Okay, and now let's cover this in a brown bag to start with, or it's actually Amazon packing material, but I want the chipboard sealed. So let's just cut. And I'm going to just use some glue stick, Scotch Create Permanent. goodness, I'm noisy. My grandson started school this week, and they're going face to face, and I'm so excited that I've been homeschooling them for the last year and a half or so, and so I have all this free time. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's awesome. I just hope I didn't just jinx myself, though, you know, because I don't know how long it'll last with the numbers going up. Hopefully they can get a handle on it and they decrease. But I have to go pick them up every day at school, and bring them back here and watch them for a few hours. But what a change. Okay, so now I'm going to miter the edges here. And let's grab my miter tool. And this might be a little big for this project, but oh, I have a dull blade. I'm not surprised with all the, oh gosh, all the stuff I've been cutting with it. I'm going to just go ahead and snap it off and dispose of that. Oh, much better. I got this mitering tool from Colorway Arts, and she has a shop on Etsy, and this tool is such a lifesaver. I just can't live without it. And I'm just using the glue stick to hold this paper on here. Just wrap it up like a present, because it's going to be a base. I'm just hiding that chipboard. Grab a baby wipe. I moved them, of course, so they're not so handy. And here, I'm just poking in those corners to lay over that chipboard. Just grab it with my thumbnails. And this is how I cover my book covers with wallpaper and with fabric too, except I don't use glue stick, of course. I use glue. So let's take a look. How crazy am I? And then this will seat that in there. I'm going to use a piece of Osnaburg here to cover my seam. And this Osnaburg, it typically, I get it natural, but it typically is not this dark. But I dipped it in a cup of coffee and then let it dry. And then I just pressed it so that it doesn't have any wrinkles. But it sure smells good. I don't like to drink coffee, but I do like the scent of it. Crazy, right? Here, let me get that back down for the glare. Yeah. So let's take a look and see where we need to add some glue. See if I can get any more of that book binding glue down to the tip. It is a very thin glue, that's for sure. And I did scan the covers before I started in with my project, because I just love that handwriting and with the date. I don't want to use that for my cover though, but we'll pick a page inside the book. That would look nice. There, we'll tip that to the side. Oh, I'm gonna like it. Okay, we need the book. See, and I love where like there's that insect damage for a bit. That's just a cool character. Okay, let's find a fun page to use for the cover. Probably more writing. That's a possibility. Or, okay, this is page 105. Here, let me put a bookmark in that. Let's go to the back where we have all those ads. Let's take a look at that. That one's probably got too much black on the back side. Oh, a green drill. Well, what do you think? That looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? With all of the different, same font, but it's all the different sizes. I like that. That's my first contender. This one looks good as well. No, the first one's better. First one's better. Almost done. Yeah. No, this is the one. Okay. So now looks like it's put together with strings, so I need to find the center of the signature. Here it is. So let's snip that thread. Okay, it removed nice and easily. This is good. Let's go ahead and put the book to the side. I hope you're not bored to tears, but I'm just having a blast. I think this is great. I'm going to go ahead and rip this apart. And of course the book page is going to be shorter than the cover, so we're going to have some margin. Let me just take a little bit of distress ink and rub across. Oh, I think it's going to be marvelous. Okay, but one thing I want to do though, this brown paper from the Amazon packing, that's not acid free though, and this is, well, 1884. You know, it's a lot of years old. We want to try to preserve that where we can. So I want to grab just a piece of scrapbook paper. Let's see. I don't want it to be heavy. And I don't want it to bleed through, so let's just take one of these. Yeah, that's going to be my best choice. And that's going to act as a buffer or a filter. And this is just over 7 by 5. So I'm going to just cut a piece of this. That'll fit. Now I want to glue this to this so that it's one piece, and then we can glue this to our Amazon packing. So I need some glue that's going to be archival. Let's go for this. This one is archival. Dries clear, remains flexible, and I've got a paintbrush here so I can apply it with that. Maybe I should move my parchment so that my mess is easier to wipe up. Because it's the glass, and that's really easy to clean up. Hard to see in the top of that, so it looks like I really dunked my brush in deep. So that's the side I want, so I'm going to flip it over and see if I can do it. Looks good. I'm a wee bit wide, but that's okay. I can take care of that. I have no idea how fast this will dry. That in the water. And get rid of that white core. And now we can use pretty much any kind of glue on this. Let's take another look. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I'm going to seal all of this too with a spray sealer. But right now, let's go ahead and glue this down. And I'm using Fabri-Tac because it's a gel glue, and I can spread it and it will stay without bumps or ridges. I bet a Mod Podge would probably be a really good choice too. I don't know, I've never done this before. And where did my little spreader go? Couldn't have gone too far, right? And let's turn it this way. Try to center it. A brayer would be good. And mine is in the other room with the jelly printing stuff. The Teflon bone folder works really great too. Okay. Let's flip it over and trim off this excess. Okay, now we need my cover. Make sure it's right side up. Oh, I'm excited about this project. Okay, then we just need to apply glue to this. And then this will stick to this. And I am going to use this. Yeah, it doesn't, of course it's not archival, but this is going to be my best stick, I think, besides that PVA glue. And with it, well, I've never tested it before. Should I try it with that? And maybe, because it's going to go right on top of there, and I wouldn't want it to, I mean, we're not trying to save it or anything, we're just making a junk journal. But Let's give it a shot. Get that brush back out of the water. Try to dry it off a little. And let's just paint it on. Okay, that didn't use very much glue at all. Okay, let's try this out. And I'm using the table to get it straight and onto the cover. And that's got to dry. Looks like it's got a really good stick, which I'm appreciative of. I want to measure this quick. It's about a 1-inch spine, maybe less, because it needs room to fold. Have to know how many pages I can put in here, right? I'm going to go with 3/4 to 7/8 of an inch spine when we get that far. But right now, let's glue in the Osnaburg. And I am going to stitch all the way through this, I think. I'm not trying to do a hidden spine on this one because I want as much of this saved as I can. And with that noticeable bump, let's just put fabric down and I need fabric scissors. Okay, I need to come down some more. I'm trying to follow the grain cutting. Did it. All right. Okay, so it's nice and straight. I want to ink this up though, so we don't have white showing. and that was walnut stain. And then I'm also going to take my cashew Copic marker and see if I can get in there. You know, this might be a really good idea too. When I'm playing like this, you know, on a new project and experimenting and see if it'll work, I a lot of times change my mind in the middle of it. It's like whatever works. It's a flowing ordeal. Nothing is locked in stone. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, at least I tried. Okay, now the fabric. I need to cover this first before I put the fabric. Goodness, I almost missed that part. So now we get to pick another page from the book. And center that right here. So we had some other contenders here. This is the sheet I've already removed, so let's see if one of these will work. That piano was $60 back in 1884, over 200 years ago. No, I don't want that one. I kind of like this one. It's got all the different fun fonts again, and all this beautiful aging and coloring on the paper. I'm going with it. Oh, wait, this was the other half. No, I think there's too much in markings. I like this one better. It's more natural. So let's go ahead and separate. And I need another piece of that scrapbooking paper. Excuse me. And 5 by 7 and a 16th. Okay, we're going to paint again. Little tiny brush. Takes a while. I wish my editing skills were a lot better than they are, and I could fast forward this for you. But feel free to fast forward through this, that's for sure. I don't want it to lift. And let's see if I can get that placed on this paper squarely. Looks good. Trim that a little bit. And it looks like I have a little bit of a lift. The glue probably dried there. Okay, we need the center. And I need to trim off some here. Well, I'll just use that fold line. And then I notice just a hair off here. That's better. That nice and centered on there. And let's go ahead and glue this down. I'm going to use a little bit bigger brush and see if I can do this faster. Try to keep it in frame. A little bit more glue. It's getting it sealed in pretty good. Looks like we're doing good. Now, let's get that fabric put in here. And I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for that, of course. And I'm going to try to do it in 3 stages. The center first, so I can get it nice and centered. And then fold up each of the flaps and get those in. Okay. And the last side. Okay, I think that looks good. I want to trim off the fabric off the bottom. Well, this is going to be pretty cool, I think. You have to let me know in the comment box, um, you know, what do you think about it? What type of journal should I make out of it? And should I make it just a blank writing journal? Or should I decorate some? Or what do you think? Let me know. Thank you for watching and have a creative day.